Okay, good morning, everybody. I hope all of you are doing well. Just give me a minute, guys, as I set up my device. So, how's everybody? 1 second. Okay, okay. So, we are at 138 people now. I'm assuming that the other people will be joining us soon, the other 100 people. Okay, let me just see who all has who all have put in the effort to text me. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Sushma, Chetan, Sanjana, Pritish, Baswaraj, Harish, Naren, Pranav, Prajwal, Sindhu, Sakshi, Bhumika, Shreya, Guru Kiran, Naren, Prajwal, Shreya, Girish. Okay, way too many people. Way too many people. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I hope all of you are doing well. Yes, beta, I am very well aware. I am very well aware that they are not. Do not worry about it. They will be soon. Okay. Okay. How am I? I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Weekends are very hectic for me. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I have six hours of class. So yeah, just managing my life to the best of my ability. So show quarantine seal. What do you want to see here? Like, there's a date written and then there's written quarantine till this. Okay. Do you remember the student's name? I remember certain students' name. People who ask a lot of doubts, I remember their names. Other than that, I only know the names of the students that I've taught so far. Thank you. Thank you very much, Shreya. Take care. Okay. Anything else that you guys would like to ask? Otherwise, we'll start with the class. Take care. Yes. So before we move forward, please make sure that tomorrow you come prepared with your first chapter. Okay. Make sure that you guys have studied your first chapter. Go through the notes. Go through the textbook. Tomorrow we'll have a problem-solving session of the first chapter. Okay. In which college do I teach? But I teach in Global PU College, which is in Lingaraj Nagar. Okay. Okay. So am I quarantined? Yeah, I'm quarantined at home. I cannot leave my home for a few more days. Okay. When is the test? Test will be most probably next Sunday, but I want to give 2 problem solving sessions to the chapter. So make sure that tomorrow when you guys come for the class, you guys come prepared with the chapter. So we'll solve problems. Some of them will solve directly. Some of them I'll have a poll and everything else in between. Okay. Okay. Anything else that you guys would like to ask? Otherwise, we'll start with the question. Do I make my own food? I make at least 1 meal per day on my own. The other food, the other times I have to order from the outside, obviously. Try to Dharwad branch. Beta, unfortunately, Dharwad thoda दूर हो गया यार. Okay. Plus Dharwad is very small यार. मुझे तो अपनी छोटा लगता है Dharwad तो. It's okay, Pritish. I think I will be able to do 40 to 50 questions because I've been doing it in 11th standard. In 1 hour, I'm able to do 40 to 50 questions. I think that's a fair pace. Okay. And then after that, the rest of the problems you guys can solve on your own. Try for Prerna. Yeah, the problem with Prerna is you have to live in Prerna. I don't want to live in Prerna. That is the problem with Prerna. Yeah, till college starts, most probably I will teach biology. Do I live alone? No, I live with Vedesh. I live with Vedesh. He also teaches in Avanti. Okay, chicken. How is weather, sir? Weather is good. Hopefully, yeah, weather is good. Okay. Okay. So I will be finishing off your human reproduction unit. Sorry, your reproduction unit. After that, for genetics, I think Neha ma'am will come back. If I'm correct, then for the next 3 chapters, that is your 3 chapters of the genetic units, Neha ma'am will come back, right? So I will be finishing off your reproduction unit, and then Neha ma'am will come back for this. Okay. 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 प्रकृति अप एंड डाउन यार कौन करेगा. ठीक है. Okay. ठीक है. I should only teach, but unfortunately it's not in my hand. Okay. So I don't know yet. Do I live alone? No, I don't live alone. So yeah, after the reproduction unit, Neha ma'am will come back and she'll be teaching the genetics unit. Okay. Okay. So I just wanted to get that information across. Not worry, I have 1 more chapter to go. Then the next 3 chapters she will be taking. Okay. Start kare fir. So shall we start then? Okay. So start karte hain fir. Enough chit chat for the day. Again, will you be coming? Depends. Yeah, depends. If the online classes are still running, which I don't think they will be, because the college will most probably start in July, I might not. That might be the last. That Prerna students are good. Please come. Let's see, beta. Let's see. Morning, Kirtan. Okay. Okay. So start करें. चलो. So today is your 5th lecture of human reproduction. Okay. And what all did we do yesterday, beta? So yesterday we spent. So yesterday what we did was that we started the class with. We started the class with your hormonal control of female reproductive system, right? We started with hormonal control of female reproductive system. That is what we started the class with, right? And after that, what we did was that we talked about your disorders of female reproductive system. We talked about disorders of female reproductive system. Then we talked about your spermatogenesis. And then we talked about your sperm in general. What is the structure of sperm? What are the components of sperm and all that? Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Start करें फिर. चलो. So let's have a couple of revision questions and then we'll start with the class. So the first question is or live on your screen. Spermatids are transformed into sperm by a process called what? Spermatids are transformed into sperm by a process called what? By a process called what? Kal bataya tha. I told you that you guys will get confused between 3 of the terms. So what is the answer here? Okay, your options are spermiation, spermatogenesis, insemination, spermiogenesis. Okay, poll ho jaye beta. Okay, let's have a quick poll then. Let's have a quick poll, and now the poll is live on your screen. Okay. ठीक है, आराम से करो बेटा, आ जाएगा. Okay, 53% of you have voted so far. So if the other 47% can also vote, that would be very nice. Okay, 34% of you have not voted yet. Chalo, 5 seconds and I'll wrap up the poll, beta. 5 seconds and I'll wrap up the poll. Get your votes in. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and I'll stop. Anushri, there can only be so many places that I can be. Okay, I can't be at 2 places at the same time. Let's see here. Okay, let's see where the world takes us. So if you look at this, so according to you guys, D is the correct option. So let's see whether D is indeed the correct option or not. So if I told you, so what was spermiation, beta? Spermiation was your transfer of sperms. Okay, when sperms are moved from your seminiferous tubules, right? So transfer of sperms from the seminiferous tubules. So that was your spermiation. Right? Okay. What was spermatogenesis? Spermatogenesis is what? Spermatogenesis was formation of sperms. Spermatogenesis is formation of sperms, right? What is insemination? Insemination is transfer of sperms into female body. That is insemination. Okay. And what is your sperm? So the correct answer is what? The correct answer is option D. That is your spermiogenesis. Okay. Chal. Okay. Let's look at the next question. Which the following statements regarding? Okay. Which the following statements regarding mammary gland is correct? Which of the following statements regarding mammary gland is incorrect? Okay, you're supposed to find the incorrect. Statement. Okay. Okay. So the options are beta Harsh कल भी बताया था मैं spermatids. Okay. So if you remember, spermatids get converted into spermatozoa, which are known as sperms, right? Spermatids are the daughter cells at the end of meiosis. Okay. Okay. What is the incorrect statement about breasts? So the 4 statements are given to you. They are paired glandular structure that lies over the pectoral muscle. Okay. Each gland has 100 to 500 lobulated milk glands, each having a number of lobules containing number of alveoli. Cells of alveoli secrete milk, which is stored in the cavity of the alveoli. Each milk gland or lobule has lactiphase duct that drains into the opening of the nipple. Okay, those are the options. एक बार अच्छे से पढ़ लो, then I'll throw up the option because the options are slightly bigger. Then I'll throw up the poll. So just go through it carefully, and then we will have the poll. Okay, so you have to find the incorrect statement. You have to find the incorrect statement, beta. Okay. Okay, jaldi se kar do, beta. So just read the question carefully. Okay, you have to find the incorrect statement. Incorrect statement. Okay. Yeah. So shall I have the poll then? Poll हो जाए फिर एक बार. Okay, chalo. So let's have the poll then. So now the poll is live on your screen. Beta batata hu. Atharv, do not worry. I will tell what does it mean. Do not worry about it. Obviously, it's my job to tell you. So do not worry about that. Okay. Okay. Get your votes in, people. Okay, so far 50% of you have voted. If the other 50% can also vote, that would be very nice. In 10 seconds, I'll close the poll. In 10 seconds, I'll close the poll. So for 58%, 60% have voted. Okay. Okay, so 5 seconds and I'll wrap up the polling. 5 seconds and I'll wrap up the polling. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and I'll stop. Okay. Okay, stop kar de fir. Let's see 1 second, guys. Let me just pause the poll. Okay. Okay. So 163 people voted out of 224. So according to you guys, according most of the 100 of you think that B is the correct option. 100 of you think that B is the correct option, and B is indeed the correct option. That is, B is the incorrect statement here. Dekho beta. Let's look at each one of them individually. They are paired glandular structure that lies over the pectoral muscles. What are pectoral muscles? These are your pectoral muscles. The muscles that start from here onto your chest. Okay, those are your pectoral muscles. So the muscles over your chest, they are known as your pectoral muscles. Okay. Okay. Then each gland has 100 to 500 lobules. This is incorrect. This number is wrong. If you remember the class, I mentioned 50 to 20. 50 to 20 lobules are there, right? So that is what is wrong with that statement. The other two statements are correct. Okay. So the incorrect statement is B, or you can say that the correct option is your B. Okay. So it's very important to remember the numbers precisely. So what are we going to do today? Today we are going to cover just two topics. That is oogenesis, and then you have your second topic, which is menstrual cycle. I hope everything goes according to the plan. I am able to cover both the topics today. Okay. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Start kare fir. So let's start with the class. Let's start with today's first topic. So today's first topic is your oogenesis. Today's first topic is your oogenesis. What is oogenesis? Oogenesis is similar to spermatogenesis. What was spermatogenesis? Formation of sperms. So what is oogenesis? Formation of mature female gamete is called oogenesis. Formation of mature female gamete is called oogenesis. Okay. Then the process of formation of egg is very different than the process of formation of sperms in males. Okay. There are many differences. Let's see. Okay. So right from the back, you will start seeing some differences. Okay. Now, in the fetal development, certain cells in the germinal epithelium divide by mitosis, producing a couple of million egg mother cells or oogonia. Very important term here to remember is in fetal development. So dekho, the first difference right off the back that you will notice is that in males, the sperm formation starts at puberty. But in females, what happens is when the female is inside the mother's womb, when the female is not even born, even then the ovary of the female produces oogonia or egg mother cells using mitosis, and no more oogonia are formed and added after birth. So if you remember the male, if you remember spermatogenesis, the spermatogonia, okay, the spermatogonia, okay, so they were being produced even after, puberty, right? But in females, what happens is, that the oogonia is not, produced after a female has been born. Whatever oogonia a female has, they are all produced before the female is born. Okay? In males, the formation of the spermatogonia takes place once the male has hit puberty. Okay? But in females, Athar, do not worry, in females, the oogonia, got it, it's okay. Okay? In females, the oogonia or the egg mother cell forms during fetal development. Okay, I'll repeat the entire thing again. Okay, what is oogenesis? Oogenesis is formation of mature female gamete. That is known as oogenesis. What does the second point say? The second point says that egg mother cell, that means the cells which have to give rise to the egg, they are formed before the birth of the girl. They are formed before the birth of the female. And once a female has been born, then no more oogonia are produced by the ovary. But males mein kya hota hai? In males, what happens is the spermatogonia start getting produced once the male hits puberty. Okay? Naren, there is no conclusive reason for that. Okay, I tried looking into it, but I couldn't find a conclusive reason why that is the case. Okay? So what is the second point saying? The second point is saying that oogonia, that is your egg mother cell, are formed in females before the birth of the female. Okay, na? Yes, Srushti, oogonia and egg are different. Oogonia is the cell which will eventually give rise to egg. Make sure you do not confuse oogonia and egg. Just like spermatogonia and sperms are different, oogonia and eggs are also different. Oogonia will give rise to egg later on. Okay? Just like spermatogonia gave rise to your sperms, oogonia will give rise to your eggs. Okay, the difference is that spermatogonia production starts in males at puberty, but in females, oogonia is produced before it is born, before she is born. After she is born, no more oogonia are being produced. ठीक है ना? सहना, फिर से बता रहा हूं, सेकेंड पॉइंट में इतना ही बोला है बेटा कि before a female gets born, she will have oogonia. Jitna bhi oogonia formation has to take place, whatever oogonia formation has to take place, that will take place before the birth of the female. Once the female is born, no more oogonia is added. Okay, na? So let's say when a female is born, she has 1000 oogonia or egg mother cell. After that, not even a single egg mother cell or oogonia will be added. Okay? Will be added. But in males kya hota hai? The spermatogonia in no Athar beta, oogonia is not the same as egg. Oogonia is a cell which will give rise to egg later on. Abhi egg nahi bana hai. Now what we have is, now we have only oogonia with us. ठीक है ना? In males, what happens is spermatogonia formation takes place once the male hits puberty. But in females, all the mother cells are formed. Okay, no Shashwat, oogonia and egg are not same, beta. Oogonia and egg are not same. Oogonia will give rise to egg later on. Okay, they are not same. Okay, okay, na? So in males, the cells which will give rise to sperm, their formation starts after puberty. Starts after puberty. But in females, the cells which will give rise to egg, those cells are formed before the birth of the female itself. Okay, na? So that is what. Yes, Athar, you can say that. Okay. Again, Pritish, as I said, there is no conclusive reason why that is the case. Okay, na? Okay. आगे बढ़े. Okay, beta, egg mother cells. In the slides, I've written egg mother cells. Okay, Shashwat, read this slide carefully. I've written egg mother cells. Okay, egg mother cells I've written, not egg. Okay, आगे बढ़े. So is this clear to everybody? Beta, just give me a quick yes or no. So far, so good. Okay, so shall I move forward then? So what is the first key difference right off the bat? The first key difference right off the bat is that the sperm mother cells in males are produced after puberty. In females, egg mother cells are produced before the birth of the female. Okay? So shall I move forward then? Okay, let's move forward. Thank you very much. So let's move forward now. Now, let's talk about oogenesis a bit more. Okay? So now, what happens is, so now a female has been born and she contains a fixed number of oogonia or egg mother cells. Okay? They contain a fixed number of oogonia or egg mother cells. Now, no more oogonia or egg mother cells will be added. Now the female will hit puberty. Now what will happen is that female will hit puberty. Okay, but before that, a very important thing happens. Okay, oogonia has been formed. Oogonia has been formed before the female is born. Now what happens after the female is born? Okay, oogonia start division and enter into prophase 1 of the meiotic division and get temporarily arrested at that stage, called primary oocytes. Okay, so your oogonia, okay, your oogonia which are formed before birth, so what happens is they undergo meiosis 1, but they get stuck at prophase 1. Okay, they start undergoing meiosis, but they get stuck at prophase 1. And this stage where they get stuck at prophase 1, they are called primary oocytes. They are called what? Primary oocytes. Okay. So your oogonia are formed before the female is born. After that, what happens is the oogonia start undergoing meiosis, because we know that if you want to form sperms or egg, you need to undergo meiosis. Okay. But in female, what happens is the oogonia gets arrested. That is, the meiosis process gets paused at the prophase 1 stage. Okay, gets paused at the prophase 1 stage. Okay, okay. Yes, Kishore. Yes, this is before puberty. Okay, this is before puberty. Okay, so it gets arrested at prophase 1. And this stage where they get arrested at prophase 1, that stage is known as primary oocyte. That stage is known as primary oocyte. That stage is known as what? Primary oocyte. Okay. Now, after that, what happens is primary oocyte then gets surrounded by a layer of granulosa cells. Okay. So what happens is the primary oocyte. Okay. So your primary oocyte looks something like this. They start getting surrounded by granulosa cells. And this structure is known as primary follicle. So this structure is known as what? Primary follicle. So what is primary follicle? Primary follicle is primary oocyte. It is primary oocyte plus granulosa cells. So when your primary oocyte and granulosa cells come together, that is known as your primary follicle. Okay, so I'll repeat the entire thing again. Okay, so what happens is once the oogonia have been formed before the female is born, then the oogonia starts undergoing meiotic division. But it gets arrested. Okay, at the stage of prophase 1. Okay, and once it gets arrested at the stage of prophase 1, that oogonia is now known as primary oocyte. That oogonia is now known as what? Primary oocyte. and then the primary oocyte gets surrounded by follicular granulosa cells. What are granulosa cells? So granulosa cells are your cells of the ovary which surround your primary oocyte, and they help in development of the oocyte. Okay, so the function of the granulosa cell is development of the oocyte. So your primary oocyte gets surrounded by follicular cells or granulosa cells, and this structure is known as primary follicle. Okay. Okay. After that, what happens is a large number of these follicles degenerate during the phase from birth to puberty. So when a female is born, she has millions of oogonia in both the ovaries. Okay. After that, what happens is the oogonia turns into primary oocyte. Okay, the oogonia turns into primary oocyte and gets surrounded by granulosa cells, and they are known as primary follicle. So both the ovaries at the time of birth contain hundreds of thousands of primary follicles. But what happens is a large number of them degenerate. That is, they automatically get destroyed. Okay, so a large number of them get degenerated before the female reaches her puberty. So female starts off with hundreds and thousands of your primary follicle, but lot of them get degenerated by the time she is ready to hit her puberty. Okay, and therefore at puberty only 60,000 to 80,000 primary follicles are left in each ovary. Okay, what is the meaning of puberty, beta? Puberty is the stage in a person's life when they get transformed from a child to an adult, and their body starts undergoing physical and mental changes. Okay, so what happens is your primary follicles, there are hundreds of thousands of primary follicles when a female is born, but by the time she reaches her puberty, lot of them get destroyed or degenerated, and she's left with only 60 to 80,000 follicles in both the ovaries. 60 to 80,000 in this ovary, 60 to 80,000 in this ovary. Okay, so far so good. Is this clear to everybody? Beta, give me a yes or no. So far so good. Sabko samjha kya? Shall I move forward? Okay, Pritish, if you remember when we were talking about meiosis, if you remember my last year's lecture, I told you that in some of the mammalian females, prophase 1 is very long and it could last for years. Okay, Sakshi, what is the third point? Okay, the third point is that a large number of the follicles get degenerate. Dekho beta, when a female is born, she will have hundreds of thousands of follicles, but a lot of them get degenerated. That is, a lot of them get destroyed on their own. Now the question is, why do they get destroyed? The reason for that is because they simply do not need that many follicles, because each follicle will at the end give rise to one egg. And unlike males who keep on producing millions of sperms every day, the same is not the case for females. Females release only one egg per month. So agar tum calculation bhi karoge, let's say the fertility period of a female is, let's say, 40 years, right? In 1 year there are 12 months, so 12 into 40 gives you 480 months. So how many eggs she is releasing? She is releasing 480 eggs. Yeah, okay, so the rest are not needed. So that is why a lot of them get degenerated, because they are redundant to the need of the female body. Okay, is this clear? Sabko samjha? Shall I move forward then? Okay, so let's move forward. Okay, yes Monisha, yes. So let's move forward. Abhi kya hai? Now we have lot of primary follicles. These are your primary follicles, as you can see in the figure. Okay, this is the structure of an ovary. Now what happens after that? The primary follicles get surrounded by more layers of granulosa cells and a new theca, and are called secondary follicles. So what happens is that the primary follicles get surrounded by more and more granulosa cells, and hence they are called what? Hence they are called secondary. Okay, hence they are called secondary follicle. Okay, so first you have a primary follicle, which is nothing but primary oocyte covered with some granulosa cells. But then the primary follicle starts getting surrounded by more and more follicles. Okay, by more and more follicles. Okay, and as a result of that, what happens is the primary follicle turns into a secondary follicle. Okay, the primary follicle gets converted into a secondary follicle when more and more granulosa cells surround your primary follicle. Okay, as you can see in this figure that you have a primary follicle, and in this case, as you can see that more number of granulosa cells have now surrounded your primary oocyte, and that is known as, and that is now known as secondary follicle. That is now known as secondary follicle. What is the meaning of theca beta? Theca means layer. Theca means layer. Okay, so there is an additional layer of granulosa cells around it, and that is known as your secondary follicle. So what do you have? First you have just oogonia. First you have just what? Oogonia. Then oogonia gets arrested at prophase 1, and that is known as your primary oocytes. That is known as your primary oocytes. Then what happens is primary oocytes, okay, they get surrounded with, they get surrounded with, okay, they get surrounded with your granulosa cells. They get surrounded with your granulosa cells, and you end up with what? Primary follicle. And you end up with what? Primary follicle. Okay. After that, what happens is, after that, when more granulosa cells come, then your primary follicle turns into a secondary follicle. Then your primary follicle turns into a secondary follicle. When your primary follicle turns into a secondary follicle. Okay. Now, after that, what happens is the secondary follicle soon transforms into a tertiary follicle. As you can see, after secondary follicle, this is your tertiary follicle. This is your tertiary follicle. Okay, and what is the difference between secondary follicle and tertiary follicle? The difference is that it has a fluid-filled cavity called antrum. So this cavity that you see here, this is a fluid-filled cavity which is known as antrum. This is known as antrum. Okay. So after that, what happens is the secondary follicle turns into a tertiary follicle. Turns into a tertiary follicle, and tertiary follicle has antrum, which is nothing but a fluid-filled cavity. Which is nothing but fluid-filled cavity. What is the function of granulosa cells? Beta, the function of granulosa cells is to support the development of egg. Okay, Pranjal, that is not related to your syllabus. Okay, that is beyond the scope of the syllabus. That is why I'm not mentioning it. Okay, now. Okay, Rahul, the only difference between primary and secondary follicle is that the secondary follicle has more layers of granulosa cells around it. Okay, but the primary follicle has only a single layer of granulosa cells around it. But in a secondary follicle, there are more layers of granulosa cells around it. And the difference between secondary and tertiary is that in tertiary, there is a fluid-filled cavity which is known as antrum. Okay, is this clear to everybody? Beta, give me a quick yes or no. So far, so good. Aage badhe. Shall I move forward then? Okay, I'll move forward then. Okay. Okay. So these are the changes that are happening outside the primary oocyte, right? But हमारा primary oocyte अभी भी prophase 1 में अटका है, right? That is a problem. Okay, because वो prophase 1 में birth के time पे अटका था, and it is still stuck now. The girl has reached puberty. So what will happen to that? Now let's see. So as the secondary follicle turns into tertiary follicle, the primary oocyte within the tertiary follicle grows in size and completes its first meiotic division. ठीक है? So अगर फिर से पूरा flowchart बनाते हैं, you had your oogonia, and your oogonia gave rise to your primary oocyte. ठीक है? Primary oocyte is stuck at prophase 1. When granulosa cells come and surround your primary oocyte, it gets converted into a secondary oocyte. After that, secondary oocyte bol diya, it gets converted into secondary follicle. Okay, it gets converted into primary follicle. When granulosa cells combine with your primary oocyte, you get primary follicles. You get primary follicle. Okay? And then when primary follicles get attached by more granulosa cells, you end up with secondary follicle. You end up with what? Secondary follicle. And then the secondary follicle turns into tertiary follicle. And what is the change here? There is a fluid filled cavity known as antrum. Okay? Now, primary follicle contains primary oocyte. Secondary follicle also contains primary oocyte. But tertiary follicle contains your secondary oocyte. Because यहाँ पे क्या हुआ? Your meiosis 1 gets completed. So when your secondary follicle is getting converted into a tertiary follicle, the primary oocyte completes its first meiotic division. जो बेचारा तब से prophase 1 में अटका था, now it will go through metaphase 1, anaphase 1 and telophase 1, and it will complete its first meiotic division. Okay? And what happens is, this meiotic division is unequal. Okay, it is unequal. Cytoplasm is not equally divided, and it results in formation of a larger haploid secondary oocyte and a tiny first polar body. ये रहा तुम्हारा first meiosis. This is what happens by the end of meiosis 1, and this is in your tertiary follicle. Okay? So your primary follicle contains primary oocyte, secondary follicle contains primary oocyte, but your tertiary follicle contains secondary oocyte. Okay? And secondary oocyte happens why? Because the meiosis 1 is completed. The oogonia, which was stuck in prophase 1 for so long, completes its meiosis 1, and you get a secondary oocyte and a polar body. The polar body degenerates. Okay? Is this clear to everybody, beta? Give me a yes or no. Is this clear to everybody? Give me a yes or no, beta. Okay. You want me to repeat the second point again? Beta, second point क्या है? That the division is unequal. As you can see here, देखो, एक बड़ा cell आया, एक छोटा cell आया. This smaller cell is known as polar body. And what happens to polar body? It degenerates. Okay? It degenerates. That is, it gets destroyed. Okay? So what happens is, I'll repeat the entire thing again. You have oogonia. Unfortunately, it gets stuck at prophase 1, which is known as primary oocyte. Then the primary oocyte gets surrounded by a thin layer of granulosa cells, and it's called primary follicle. थोड़े से और granulosa cells आए, that turns into a secondary follicle. And then there is development of a fluid filled cavity known as antrum, and that turns into, secondary follicle turns into a tertiary follicle. And when secondary follicle is turning into a tertiary follicle, in the meantime, what happens is, your primary oocyte completes its first meiotic division, and you get 2 dot cells. But one of them is very small, and that is known as polar body, and it gets destroyed. The other one is known as secondary oocyte. Okay, the other one is known as secondary oocyte. Okay, अब सबको समझा क्या? Is this clear to everybody? Shall I move forward then? आगे बढ़े फिर? Okay, I'll move forward. Sure, let's move forward then. Thank you very much. So after that, okay, because other polar body does not, because the polar body does not serve any purpose. That is why it gets destroyed. Anything that does not serve a purpose in your body, the body gets rid of it. So now what happens is, the tertiary follicle further changes into mature follicle or Graafian follicle. After that, what happens is, your tertiary follicle, okay, turns into your Graafian follicle. Okay, turns into your Graafian follicle. Okay, the tertiary follicle becomes bigger. The space between its, the antrum, the size of the antrum becomes bigger, and we call it Graafian follicle. And when the tertiary follicle is turning into Graafian follicle, there's a change in secondary oocyte also. What is the change in secondary oocyte? The change in secondary oocyte is the secondary oocyte forms a new membrane called zona pellucida. Very important. This is the outermost layer of the egg. And when does this develop? When your tertiary follicle is getting converted into a Graafian follicle. Okay. So what happens is, your tertiary follicle gets converted to Graafian follicle, and as that is happening, your secondary oocyte develops a membrane around it. Your secondary oocyte develops a membrane around it, and this membrane is known as your zona pellucida. This membrane is known as your zona pellucida, and this is the membrane with which the head of the sperm fuses, and this is the membrane which the head of the sperm breaks to enter. Okay. Okay. And after that, what happens is the Graafian follicle now ruptures. As you can see here, it is getting ruptured. Okay. And secondary oocyte, which is also known as what? Ovum. The secondary oocyte is released from the ovary by the process called ovulation. Okay. So what happens is primary oocyte, थोड़े follicles आए, primary follicle. थोड़े ज़्यादा follicles आए, secondary follicle. Development of a fluid filled cavity, tertiary follicle. Okay. And when it is transforming from secondary follicle to tertiary follicle, primary oocyte completes its first meiotic division and turns into secondary oocyte. Then your tertiary follicle gets converted into Graafian follicle, and in the meantime, your secondary oocyte develops another layer of membrane, another membrane around it, which is known as zona pellucida. And then your Graafian follicle ruptures and releases a secondary oocyte, which is also known as your ovum or your egg. Okay? ध्यान रखना that the egg still has not completed its second meiotic division. अभी तक सिर्फ first meiotic division ही किया है. ठीक है? And this process is known as ovulation. This process is known as what? Ovulation. Okay? Is this clear to everybody? Better give me a quick yes or no. Is this clear to everybody? Give me a quick yes or no. सबको समझा क्या? Okay. So shall I move forward then? Okay. So I'll move forward. Let's move forward then. So that is your ovulation. The release of the third point. Beta third point कुछ नहीं है. Kishore, third point is the simplest point. कुछ नहीं बोला देखो. This is your Graafian follicle. Then the Graafian follicle ruptured, फट गया, and the egg got released, and this process is known as ovulation. खत्म. The release of the egg by the Graafian follicle is known as ovulation. Done. Over. ठीक है? Okay. So आगे बढ़े फिर. चलो. Let's move forward then. Okay. So this is your entire process. This is your entire process in one figure. Okay. You have to start from here. You have your primary oocyte. Primary oocyte gets converted into a primary follicle. After that, you have your secondary follicle. You have your secondary follicle. Then you have your tertiary follicle. Then you have your Graafian follicle. They have used the term Anstral, which is something you'll learn in your med school. But abhi ke liye tum Graafian follicle yaad karo. Then you have your Graafian follicle. Then the Graafian follicle ruptures, and your secondary oocyte is released. So when your egg is released, it is released in this stage. It is released at the end of meiosis 1. It is not released at the end of meiosis 2. Meiosis 2 कब होता है? बाद में देखेंगे. That is the story for some other day. ठीक है? Okay. Beta Pushpa, the secondary oocyte is present within the tertiary follicle. ठीक है ना? The oocytes are present within the follicle. Okay, the oocytes are present within the follicle. तो कहीं से आता नहीं है. The oocyte is present within the follicle. Okay, अतर वो सब बाद में देखेंगे. ठीक है? So far so good. Shall I move forward then? So this process is known as oogenesis, that is formation of eggs. Okay, and the process of releasing of the egg by the Graafian follicle is known as ovulation. So that was your oogenesis process. Okay. Okay. Now after that, the second topic of the day that I wanted to cover was your menstrual cycle. The second topic of the day that I wanted to cover today was your menstrual cycle, right? All of you have a big idea of what your menstrual cycle is. You might have seen all those ads about periods and all that stuff on your TV, if you guys still watch TV, right? So let's talk about menstrual cycle. Okay, how exactly does it happen, what are the hormones playing the role behind it, and what are the different phases of menstrual cycle. Okay. Okay, now the reproductive cycle in the female primates, okay, that is your monkeys, apes and human beings. याद रखना बेटा किस किस में होता है menstrual cycle, monkeys, apes and humans, okay, बाकी animals में नहीं होता, is called menstrual cycle. Okay, so the female body, the uterus of the female undergoes cyclical changes every month or every 28 days or so, and these cyclical changes are known as your menstrual cycle. Okay. Okay, the first menstruation begins at puberty and is called menarche, and is called what? Menarche. So the first menstrual cycle is known as what? Menarche. And depending on the so it could vary from, so in some girls experience their first periods, that is your menarche, at the age of 11, 12, while some experience it later on also at the age of 14, 15. It depends on a lot of factors. Okay, depends on the hormones level, the genes that you have inherited, whether you are under stress or not. So different girls have different ages at which their menstrual cycle starts. Okay, okay. Anyway, so the first menstrual cycle is known as what? The first menstrual cycle is known as menarche. Now, next is, in human females, menstruation is repeated at an average interval of about 28 to 29 days. Okay, so every 28 to 29 days, the cycle keeps on repeating. Okay, and the cycle of events starting from one menstruation, okay, menstruation is the event when the blood is coming out of the vagina, till the next one is called menstrual cycle. So the events which take place between the first flow of the blood from the vagina till the next time the blood flows in the next month, that is known as your menstrual cycle. That is known as your menstrual cycle. So that was a brief introduction of what exactly is menstrual cycle, and in which all organisms we see a menstrual cycle. We see it in monkeys, apes and human beings. Every other mammals, in them we see oestrus cycle, something that we discussed in the first chapter. Okay, so is the introduction to menstrual cycle clear to everybody? Give me a yes or no, beta. Is the introduction to menstrual cycle clear to everybody? Nothing complicated here, I hope. Okay, so shall I move forward? Chandrika, so yes, it is not exactly 28. It can be less than that. It can be more than that. It is completely fine. But for a prolonged period of time, it should not be more than 30-31 days, because then there might be some problem. In that case, the person should see a gynecologist. Okay, but agar beech mein ek do baar hota hai that, you know, it exceeds or is less than 28 days, then it's completely fine, not an issue. Okay, but if it is like consistently 35 days or so, then, you know, a gynecologist should be seen. Chalo, aage badhte hain fir. Let's move forward. Now, okay, so one ovum is released during the middle of each menstrual cycle. One ovum is released during the middle of the menstrual cycle. During the middle of the menstrual cycle. So that is during the 14th or the 15th day, the egg is released, and that process is known as ovulation. Okay, and menstrual cycle generally starts between 12 and 15 years and continues until about 45 to 50 years. So female experiences menstrual cycle till the age of 45 to 50. Obviously ye bhi thoda kam zyada ho sakta hai, because it all depends on the hormones level of your body. Okay, Naren, your question will be answered by the end of the class. Okay, okay, okay. Now, menstrual cycle has 4 phases: menstrual phase, proliferative phase, ovulatory phase, secretory phase. In a lot of textbooks, I think including your NCERT textbook, they have not mentioned ovulatory phase. Okay, they have not mentioned ovulatory phase because actually it does not last even for a day. Okay, ovulatory phase means nothing but the release of ovum takes place. But in general, we can characterize the menstrual cycle into 4 categories. That is your 4 phases. The 4 phases are your menstrual phase, proliferative phase, ovulatory phase, and secretory phase. Okay, and we will be studying these 4 phases in detail. These will be studying these phases in detail. Okay, Karthik, wait for it, beta. Aayega. Chinta mat karo. We will wait for it. Aayega. I'll clear everything now. Okay. Shall I move forward? Let's move forward then. Let's first talk about your menstrual phase. The first phase of your menstruation. So what happens in menstrual phase? So the cycle starts with the menstrual phase. So your menstrual cycle starts with your menstrual phase. And during this phase, the blood comes out of the vagina. And that is known as menstrual flow. The menstrual flow occurs and it lasts for 3 to 5 days. On average, it is 4 days. Okay. So what happens in menstrual phase, beta? In menstrual phase, the blood comes out of the vagina along with the endometrial layer, which is known as your menstrual flow. So the menstrual flow takes place in your menstrual phase and it lasts for 3 to 5 days. And it lasts for 3 to 5 days. Okay. Why does the menstrual flow occur? The menstrual flow results due to breakdown of endometrial lining, right? I told you that the endometrial lining is the innermost layer of the uterus, which is necessary for nourishment of the embryo. But if pregnancy nahi hoga, that means that lining is no longer needed. So it is broken down. Where does the blood come from, beta? Endometrial layer has rich blood vessels. That is where the blood comes from. Okay? So the menstrual flow results due to breakdown of the endometrial lining and its blood vessels, which forms liquid that come out of the vagina. Okay? So what is your menstrual flow? Menstrual flow is nothing but your endometrial layer along with the blood vessels present in the endometrial layer coming out in the form of fluid. Okay, coming out in the form of fluid. Pranjal, I do not know the answer to that question because beta, that is a question for the doctor. That is a question for the doctor and not for a biologist like me. So I would recommend you ask that to a doctor, okay? Because I am not sure what is the answer to that question. Okay. Okay. 1 second. If progesterone is produced less amount than shedding place. Okay, Vaishnavi, we will cover that later. Why should it break down? Beta, pehle hi bola tha, because endometrial layer serves a very important function. That is growth of the embryo. But agar embryo ka growth hoga hi nahi, but if the embryo is not going to grow, then why do you need endometrial layer? तो उसको break down कर देते हैं. ठीक है? No, Rathe, that is different, beta. Rathe, that is not related to your female reproductive system. That is something different. Then in that case, that probably something is wrong with your digestive system. Okay. Yes, Shashwat, it happens in all the women unless they have some reproductive issues. Okay. Chalo. Now, menstruation only occurs if the released egg is not fertilized. That means if pregnancy has not taken place, only then menstruation will occur. If pregnancy has taken place, then you will not see menstrual flow. Okay. Okay. Now, how lack of menstruation may be indicative of pregnancy. Lack of menstruation may be indicative of pregnancy. But very important, remember, just because there is no menstrual cycle does not mean the girl has become pregnant. In order to become pregnant, sex hona zaruri hai. So if the girl has not engaged in sexual intercourse and if she is not experiencing periods, that means there might be some other underlying causes like stress, poor health, etc. Okay? So it can be indicative, like if a girl is sexually active, she is engaging in sexual intercourse, okay, unprotected sexual intercourse, and then she misses her periods, then that might be an indication that she might be pregnant. But if a girl has not engaged in sexual activity and still there are no periods, then there is no pregnancy, beta, because pregnancy ke liye sperm to chahiye na. If you're not engaging in sexual activity, where will the sperm come from, right? So what was I saying? That it can be indicative of pregnancy if you're engaging in unprotected sexual intercourse. But if you are not engaging in sexual intercourse and the girl still misses the periods, then that may be because of some underlying health issues. Maybe the girl is under a lot of stress. Maybe she has poor health. Maybe she is not receiving proper food. So those girls, okay, those girls, so those could be the causes in the girls which are not engaging in sexual intercourse but are still missing their periods. Okay. Why no menstruation if girl is pregnant? Beta, because then the endometrial layer is needed. Then the endometrial layer is needed to support the embryo. That is why there is no menstruation. Okay. Does hymen break during a menstrual cycle? No, Chandrakala. Okay. Aage badhe. So let's move forward then. Okay. So that was your menstrual phase. The next one is okay. Dhanush, if a girl continuously has sex, then the chance of pregnancy obviously increases. Okay. So next one is follicular phase. Okay. Unprotected sexual intercourse means what, beta? Engaging in sex without condoms or diaphragms or cervical caps. That is what we mean by unprotected sexual intercourse. Okay. Okay. No, Rachna, it will not. How can blood clot in blood vessels, beta? How can, because our blood contains anti-clotting agents. Okay. Now, during follicular phase, what happens is the primary follicle in the ovary grows to become a fully mature Graafian follicle. तो जो हमने transformation देखा था from Graafian follicle to secondary follicle to tertiary follicle to Graafian follicle, those transformation take place during follicular phase. Those transformation take place during follicular phase. Those transformation take place during follicular phase. Okay. Now, simultaneously, what happens in follicular phase? The endometrium of the uterus regenerates through proliferation. So, abhi menstrual phase mein kya hua tha? Broken down endometrial layer came, but your now uterus has to prepare again for next month's pregnancy in case if it happens. So what happens is the endometrial layer starts regenerating. So endometrial layer starts regenerating. Okay. Okay. Now after that, these changes in the ovary and the uterus are induced by changes in the levels of pituitary and ovarian hormone. So what happens in your follicular phase? Summarize karte hain. What happens in your follicular phase? दो important चीजें होती हैं. First is your primary follicle turns into secondary, tertiary and Graafian follicle. And second thing that happens is the endometrial layer grows. The innermost lining of the uterus grows because the uterus has to prepare for the next cycle of pregnancy. Okay. So is this clear to everybody, beta? Is follicular, ये slide समझा क्या? अभी follicular phase over नहीं हुआ है. But is the menstrual phase and so far a follicular phase. Is this clear to everybody? But a last point kuch nahi hai. Last point ye hai that these two changes that we talk about, okay, the last point says that these two changes that we have talked about, that is primary follicle turning into Graafian follicle and the endometrial layer growing, these two changes are because of hormones. कौन से वो hormones हैं अभी हम देखेंगे. But that is what the third point means. Proliferation means what? Proliferation means spreading rapidly. Proliferation means dividing rapidly. ठीक है? Shall I move forward then? Clear है सबको? Okay, let's move forward then. Now, what are those hormones and how do they affect? What are those hormones and how do they affect? Okay, the secretion of gonadotrophins, that is your LH and FSH. The secretion of your gonadotrophins, that is your LH and FSH, luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone. These secretions increase gradually during the follicular phase. So what happens in follicular phase? The LH starts going up, the FSH also starts going up gradually. Okay? And what happens is, and this stimulates follicular development as well as secretion of estrogen by the growing follicle. So what do these two hormones do? These hormones are responsible for your conversion of, conversion of primary follicle to your Graafian follicle. Primary follicle to Graafian follicle. Primary follicle to Graafian follicle. So what happens is, 1 second beta. Yeah. Okay. Spelling गलत लिख दिया. Okay. So what happens is, the concentration of the LH and the FSH in the blood slightly starts going up. As a result of that, these two hormones are responsible for conversion of primary follicle to Graafian follicle. And what does this conversion do? So what is the function of the follicles? The follicle causes increase in estrogen. So we know that ovaries produce estrogen. Where does the estrogen comes from? The estrogen comes from your follicles. The estrogen comes from your developing follicles. So in your follicular phase, LH and FSH are gradually increased, and they cause conversion of your primary follicle to a Graafian follicle. And these follicles produce estrogen. और अब estrogen क्या करेगा? Estrogen stimulate the proliferation of the endometrium of the uterine wall. So increased estrogen causes what? Development of uterine wall. Okay? So as you can see, it is all interlinked, chain reaction types. So once your menstrual phase is done, then the concentration of the LH and the FSH from your pituitary gland starts increasing gradually. And what does that do, beta? What does that do? So the LH and the FSH cause your conversion of primary follicle into Graafian follicle. And then what happens is this growing follicle produces estrogen. And the estrogen causes redevelopment of your endometrial layer. Okay, redevelopment of the endometrial layer. Atar, they're both same, beta. Okay? Is this clear to everybody, beta? Is this clear to everybody? Give me a yes or no. Is this clear to everybody? So it's all a chain reaction. All you have to do is just remember this flowchart. And you will remember how the events of follicular phase takes place. Okay? So at the start of the follicular phase, LH or FSH का concentration increase होगा. Okay? The concentration of the LH and the FSH increases. After that, the LH and the FSH, and the LH and the FSH, they cause conversion of primary follicle to Graafian follicle. And then the Graafian follicle and the conversion of the follicles releases estrogen. The follicles release estrogen. And what does estrogen do? Estrogen causes development of the endometrial layer. So LH ने किया conversion of primary follicle to Graafian follicle. Graaficals ने produce किया your estrogen. Estrogen leads to redevelopment of your endometrial layer. सबको समझा क्या? Give me a yes or no, beta. Is this now clear to everybody? ठीक है, just give me a yes or no. Is this now clear to everybody? Shall I move forward? ठीक है, मेघा अभी आएंगे प्रोजेस्टेरॉन पे बेटा, सब्र रखो. We'll come to progesterone. Do not worry. कवर करूंगा मैं सब कुछ. Okay, चलो. Now let's move forward then. So as you can see in this figure, ठीक है, ये देखो, this is your follicular phase. What is happening in follicular phase is your LH and your FSH are increasing gradually. As you can see that the LH and the FSH are increasing gradually. Okay, and your estradiol is nothing but estrogen. Your estrogen is also increasing gradually. Beta, Pritish उस पे बाद में आएंगे. We'll come to corpus callosum later on. Okay, so what happens is your concentration of the LH and the FSH increases gradually in your follicular phase. As you can see, this is your follicular phase. So the concentration is increasing gradually. And in the follicular phase, your estrogen is also increasing. Okay? Okay? So figure just to help you guys understand it better. Okay? Now, let's move forward then. Now, after your follicular phase, what happens is, after your follicular phase comes your ovulatory phase, or you can also call it ovulation. So, in ovulation, both LH and FSH attain a peak level in the middle of the cycle. So if you go back to this, as you can see here, this is where ovulation is taking place. They go how there is a peak of LH and FSH. So your LH and FSH attain a peak right at the ovulatory phase. Whenever ovulation has to take place, your LH and FSH are at their highest concentration possible. Okay. So after that, what happens is rapid secretion of LH leading to its maximum level is called LH surge. So अगर तुम यहाँ figure में देखोगे, if you look at the figure closely, look how high your luteinizing hormone is. Okay, so there's a rapid increase in the concentration of the luteinizing hormone, and this is known as LH surge. Surge का मतलब क्या? To increase rapidly. So there is a rapid increase in the concentration of LH. There is a rapid increase in the concentration of LH. Okay, and as a result, what happens is this induces rupture of Graafian follicle and thereby causes ovulation. So what happens in ovulatory phase, beta? In ovulatory phase, LH and FSH are at maximum level. And LH surge causes ovulation. So this is what happens during ovulatory phase or ovulation. Is this clear to everybody, beta? Give me a yes or no. ये सबको समझा क्या? Just give me a quick yes or no, beta. What happens in ovulatory phase? Is this clear to everybody? ठीक है. So what happens in ovulatory phase? Your LH and FSH, okay, your LH and FSH attain their peak level, and LH suddenly बहुत ज़्यादा increase होता है, which is known as LH surge, and the LH surge causes rupturing. LH surge causes rupturing of the Graafian follicle. As a result of that, ovulation takes place. ठीक है. I hope Naren it is now clear. बेटा अभी तो रिपीट किया धनुष. सेकंड पॉइंट ये बोल रहा है बेटा, दिस इज व्हाट सेकंड पॉइंट इज सेइंग इन द टर्म्स ऑफ फ्लो चार्ट. तुम लोगों को फ्लो चार्ट बेटर समझता है. दिस इज व्हाट द सेकंड पॉइंट इज सेइंग, दैट LH surge, rapid increase in luteinizing hormone causes ovulation. ठीक है. चलो आगे बढ़े फिर. Let's move forward then. Now let's move forward. So after this comes your secretory phase or your luteal phase. Okay, this is the last phase. After this comes your secretory phase or your luteal phase. What happens is, now the ovulation is followed by luteal phase, during which remaining part of the Graafian follicle transform as corpus luteum. So what happens is, your Graafian follicle, so you had a very big Graafian follicle जिसके अंदर ova था, you had lot of granulosa cells here, ठीक है. So what happens is, your Graafian follicle ruptures. We know that your Graafian follicle ruptures, and as it is so, your Graafian follicle ruptures and the egg is released. Your Graafian follicle ruptures and the egg is released. Okay. So what happens to the remnants of the Graafian follicle? What happens to the remnant of the Graafian follicle, beta? The Graafian follicle gets turned into corpus luteum. It turns into corpus luteum. Okay. What happens to the Graafian follicle is, the Graafian follicle turns into corpus luteum, which has this flower type shape, okay. So this turns into a corpus luteum, and corpus luteum plays a very important role. What is the role of corpus luteum? Corpus luteum secretes large amount of progesterone, which is essential for maintenance of the endometrium. So the endometrial layer is maintained by your progesterone. We know that ovaries produce estrogen and progesterone. तो एस्ट्रोजन कौन प्रोड्यूस करता है बेटा? ग्रोइंग फॉलिकल्स. प्रोजेस्टेरॉन कौन प्रोड्यूस करता है? कॉर्पस लुटियम. ठीक है. सो द ओव्यूलेटरी फेज इज फॉलोड बाय अ लुटियल फेज in which the Graafian follicle turns into corpus luteum. Okay, and the corpus luteum, what does it do? Produces progesterone. What does progesterone do? So what does progesterone do? So your progesterone maintains the endometrial layer. Maintains endometrial layer. Okay. And why is the maintenance of endometrial layer required? The endometrium is necessary for implantation of the fertilized ovum and other events of pregnancy. So why is progesterone secreted? The progesterone is secreted so that endometrial layer can be maintained, and it can be maintained so that if pregnancy happens, the zygote has a good environment to get implanted in. Okay. So if you look at the diagram again, you can see that progesterone kahan increase hua beta? Progesterone increased in your luteal phase or secretory phase. Okay. This is your corpus luteum, and this is responsible for, yes, Pranjal, this is responsible for your production of progesterone. And as you can see, during your secretory phase, only progesterone is high, बाकी सब low चल रहा है. ठीक है. Estrogen is also being produced, but not as much as progesterone is being produced. ठीक है. ठीक है. Is this clear to everybody? बेटा, give me a yes or no. Is this clear to everybody? Give me a yes or no. बेटा, सबको समझा क्या? What happens in secretory phase? What happens in secretory phase or luteal phase? ठीक है. Shall I move forward then? Okay, so I'll move forward then. Sure, let's move forward then, beta. Now, few more events of luteal phase. So during pregnancy, all events of menstrual cycle stop and there is no menstruation, obviously, because menstruation is what, beta? Menstruation is your endometrial layer breaking down and coming out. But if pregnancy ho gaya, then you need that endometrial layer, right? You need that endometrial layer. So the events of the menstrual cycle stop. No beta, Vaishnavi, this is not menopause beta. Menopause is when the female cannot menstruate anymore because of the end of her fertility period. This is not menopause. Okay. So during pregnancy, what happens is all the events of the menstrual cycle stop because now the endometrial layer is needed. Now, in absence of fertilization, the corpus luteum degenerates. So if fertilization nahi hua, then you do not need the endometrial layer. And in order for the endometrial layer not to be there, progesterone ka level kam chahiye. And who's producing progesterone? Corpus luteum. So the corpus luteum degenerates if pregnancy does not take place. But if pregnancy takes place, then corpus luteum will remain. Okay? And this causes disintegration of the endometrium, leading to menstruation, marking a new cycle. Okay? So what happens is, if there is no pregnancy, then the corpus luteum will break down. And corpus luteum क्या produce कर रहा था? Progesterone. Corpus luteum क्या produce कर रहा था? Progesterone, right? And progesterone is now gone down. Since progesterone has gone down, the walls of the endometrial layer will no longer be sustained. So they will break down, and that will lead to a new menstrual cycle. That will lead to new menstrual cycle. So Prajwal, why does corpus luteum remains? Beta, corpus luteum remains so that because corpus luteum produces progesterone. What is the function of progesterone? To maintain the endometrial layer. That is why corpus luteum remains. Okay. Yes, Shreya, after pregnancy, menstrual cycle resumes. Okay. Okay. Is this clear to everybody? Beta, give me a yes or no. So is this clear to everybody? Give me a yes or no. Okay. Is this clear to everybody? Give me a yes or no, beta. Okay. No, Naren. Okay. No, Naren, that is not how it works. Beta, third point kuch nahi hai, beta. Third point bas itna sa hai. What does the third point say? Okay. Third point says that if pregnancy does not take place, the corpus luteum will degenerate. And since corpus luteum has degenerated, progesterone ka level bhi kam ho jayega. And since the level of the progesterone has gone down, okay, since the level of the progesterone has gone down, as a result of that, what happens is the endometrial layer breaks down. Because for sustenance of endometrial layer, you need progesterone. Okay. What is the function of estrogen, beta? Estrogen is needed for development of the secondary and development and maintenance of the secondary sexual characteristics of a female. Okay. In the period of 9 months of pregnancy, will there be menstruation? Nahi, Ramesh, wahi to likha hai yahan pe. That during pregnancy, all events of menstrual cycle are stopped. Okay. Naren, once the baby has been born, then the menstrual cycle will start again. Okay. Yes, till the baby is born, the corpus luteum remains. Okay. So the chances of pregnancy are highest if the intercourse takes place in or around that ovulatory phase. That is when the chances of the pregnancy are the highest. Okay. Fiza, I'll look into it and I'll let you know better. Okay. Okay. So if I have to just wrap it up all in one slide, this is what I'll say. This is very important. Okay. Menstrual cycle is caused by reduction of progesterone and estrogen. Okay. Estrogen or progesterone ka level low gaya, so progesterone is needed for your maintenance of endometrial layer. Progesterone ka level niche gaya, bechara endometrial layer is broken down because there is nobody to support it. Then proliferative phase is caused by increased production of estrogen. Okay. Proliferative phase is caused by increased production of estrogen and gonadotrophins from your anterior pituitary. Okay. Then luteinizing hormone causes ovulation. When does ovulatory phase takes place? Beta, ovulatory takes place in the middle of the cycle. That is around the 14th to the 15th day. Then last is secretory phase is caused by increased production. Of progesterone. So ये सब याद रखना, because hormones पे बहुत ज़्यादा questions आते हैं. They'll ask you a lot of questions of hormones in menstrual cycle. Okay. So during menstrual phase, all hormones are low. During proliferative phase, beta, proliferation का मतलब क्या होता है? Proliferation means growing rapidly. So during proliferative phase, गोनाडोट्रोफिन्स फ्रॉम योर एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी उनका लेवल धीरे धीरे बढ़ता है, एंड एस्ट्रोजन का लेवल भी धीरे धीरे बढ़ता है. Ovulation is caused by a rapid surge in luteinizing hormone, and during ovulation the level of the FSH is also the highest. Okay, then after that, during your secretory phase, the corpus luteum produces progesterone. So you can remember this in a nutshell. Okay, it's caused by increased production of estrogen and gonadotrophins. यहाँ दोनों लिख देता हूँ, and gonadotrophins, that is your LH and FSH. Okay, okay. Is this clear to everybody? Beta, give me a yes or no. Is this clear to everybody? Okay, give me a yes or no. Beta, give me a yes or no. Beta, menstrual cycle is for 28 days. Sakshi, menstrual cycle is for 28 days, right? So 28 का middle कितना हुआ? 14 or 15? ठीक है, this is clear to everybody? ठीक है? Okay, just give me a second, guys. Okay, so on that note, I will end today's class. Wow, yeah, we miraculously covered everything that I wanted to. So just give me a quick feedback, guys. After that, you guys can run off. Okay, after that, you guys can run off. I hope that you liked today's class. I hope that you enjoyed today's class. As always, it was a privilege teaching you guys. Okay, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow will be our problem solving session for the first chapter. Make sure that you prepare well for it. Beta Athar, वो दोनों same है, मैं पहले भी बोल चुका था. No, Aishwarya, chapter is not finished, beta. अभी fertilization है, right? Implantation है, बच्चा पैदा करना है अभी तो बेटा, अभी तो हमने सिर्फ देखा है. What is ovulation, बेटा? Ovulation is release of the ovum. ठीक है? Vidyashree, I don't know about that. I think that is fake. Okay. Manisha, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Not in my hand, beta. Okay. So the menstrual phase is for 4 to 5 days. The menstrual cycle is for 28 to 29 days. Menopause, beta, Kishore, kal karvaunga, chinta mat karo. Okay, once girl is pregnant again, there is no ovulation. Yes, Meghna, there is no ovulation. Okay, okay, let me just close this session, then I'll take your doubts, beta. Thank you very much for your patience. As always, take care. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.